Hello, chat. God, I'll never get over me fucking hearing the song for the first time in the KFL demo and shedding actual tears. Most normal Kirby fan. Hello. How are we all doing on this fine Sunday? Happy 33rd birthday to the Kirby franchise, which is why I started stream with green greens. OMG, hi! Oh, hey, it's that one song from that game I kind of, like, think is alright. But yeah, I hope everyone's had a good, hope everyone's had a good Sunday so far. Pretty okay game. Me writing actual amounts of paragraphs stating why I don't like Triple Deluxe, and then coming out on the other end saying, it's still a good game, though. A very big... Yeah, I saw. It's good. Fire. Accidentally blew up my house in Minecraft? Oh, I see, I see. I see. Yeah, no, it's literally just like two different ends, basically. We're like, I don't know. I think it's just the fact that like a majority of the middle section of the game is just kind of just all right. It's just kind of meh to me. Which is funny because like I feel like the game has more interesting level design than Star Allies. It's just that Star Allies lets you play as Magolor. So, who's the real winner here? You don't... Oh, I see. Hmm. I do find it funny, just like how much people dislike Star Allies when it's like its worst crime is that it's just kind of like the main story is that the main story is kind of like whatever. I just find that really funny. Like people will just be like, "This is the most sauceless platformer of all time," and like, so someone would say they'd rather fucking play Sonic 4. Oh, nice drop frames. Damn, I guess Twitch didn't like me complaining about, people not liking Star Ally. Damn. Is it gonna be one of those nights? Your router was in my Minecraft house a good bit. Alright, it seems to have stabilized now. Alright, anyways. Oh no, my drop frames, it says 6.6%. Gaster. Papyrus. What? Vanilla. Shit, there's something in my keyboard. fuck did you get in here? Just gonna... Hold on. There we go. Oh, somehow fucking... a part of the burger I ate earlier for dinner got on my keyboard. I don't know how. Alright. Just the railings isn't loading because of internet problems. Let's continue playing more of the only Deltarune category that actually matters. Guesser has 666 ping. But that's why I specified category, not category extension. There's a difference. Anyways, yeah, Deltarune. I think, well, for the most important thing, giving Kara a good internet connection. Oh yeah, we're getting a newsletter sometime soon. That's cool. Did say it was like a small newsletter, but still. Yeah, maybe we get release date 3. Maybe we'll get yet another release window. Toby announces the Silksong release date. Yeah, surely. Surely Silksong will be there. Right, guys? This requires Silksong to exist. Anyways, also shout out to the sketches Toby posted of Noelle, Susie, and Ralsei from fucking 2015, April 2015. He said, like, even with Undertale literally months away from release, he was still thinking about Deltarune. He really wanted to make this game. Perfection doesn't need improvement. basically a side. The Undertale was not a side project. Anyone who says Undertale is a side project doesn't know how game development works. Just because I am making one thing, and then also at the same time thinking about making another thing, that doesn't mean the thing I am currently working on is a side project. But Undertale was his main project, yeah. Undertale was basically like him just going, alright, can I make a game? You know? Like, can I make a game like this? I hope the newsletter clarifies the release time stuff. Oh, there's a hitbox there. Okay, did not know that. But yeah, Toby still put a lot of effort into Undertale. It's just that Deltarune is like the dream game or whatever. Because like it's a common saying for a lot, like in game development, that like you don't make your dream game first. You don't make your dream game first. You work on smaller stuff beforehand, you know, to like hone your skills, and then you can make your dream game once you're, you know, experienced. Sure, you do your dream game justice. Do your dream game, huh? Say that again? Emotus misspelled SMH. +2. Undertale Yellow being finished. Yeah. It's impressive for, like, you know, a fan game to get finished. Yeah. I still can't believe, you know, like, when Undertale Yellow released, it fucking crashed Game Jolt. Okay, but surely I get the 1 and 9 though, right? Right, chat? I get the 1 and 9? Damn. Not even Susan Milk. Didn't Deltarune... Not the... It crashed the... It allegedly crashed the stream. The stream was already having some problems beforehand. So Deltarune might have just been what did it in. But the US stream was already, like, slightly desynced. It was, like, already getting slightly desynced. It was a nice clip. It was only the US stream, though. Believe in the no-hit. I mean, I already got the no-hit today for my Jubble. But, you know, surely I just get it again. I'm at full health. I got like the clip, so I'm still at full health, so I don't have to heal. Good bit. Optimal. Honestly, you know, I think it would just be a Chad move for Toby to just fully reveal Tenna's design right there in the newsletter. You know, just silence everybody. Who, like, was just like, oh, clearly it's just a troll. Anyways, the diner, huh? It wasn't even Nintendo leaked it. It was a screenshot included in a press kit. Ice Ranger got removed. I don't know. No, it was someone The site that originally posted it said, oh, we got this from like a press kit, an official press kit given to us. That's how we got the screenshot. Strange, or maybe it wasn't meant to be in the press kit. Like, maybe it wasn't meant to be in there, or, like, you know, wasn't meant to immediately be posted, or, you know, whatever. But it was still in there. Nothing, technically nothing got leaked. One random newsletter accidentally got sent to the public. People found like the newsletter page by like messing with like the fucking Fangamer links or whatever. It's not gonna with like the newsletter, like people only found that because they used like a standardized format for the links. It's used. I'm pretty sure Nurse said it's used for the countdown. I think that's what he said. The files that they'll turn. I think he said that it's used for the countdown. Yeah, and Fangamer accidentally setting it publicly viewable. Yeah. But I think like they do like a different thing with I think they like changed up how they did the links anyways. And from what I remember, nothing from the actual newsletter was leaked, just the fact that it existed. Which is wild, yeah. I mean, you know, it helps, you know, indie game, small dev team, you know. So, like, most of the time when things get leaked, it's because, you know, it's a bunch of large teams, you know, there's a lot of people. So sometimes things just slip through. Yes, yeah. Like, something leaking Red Altern isn't impossible, but it's just not likely to happen. Yeah, very, like, external QA it must have been, like, carefully selected and also, like, a small group. And, you know, Deltarune isn't going to be vulnerable to, like, the most common form of leak, which is, the game-breaking street date. Because there's no physical copy. That a lot of ways you see major games leak early is because, one random-ass store somewhere decided to, like, sell a copy to somebody a week or two early. Since Deltarune is, like, currently, you know, exclusively a digital game, you know, don't have to worry about that. Does ever take into... I'm curious. I feel like at least once, you know? I don't know. Does become... Yeah, it's gonna happen after all the chapters are out. The temptation, though? Yeah, I could not imagine. Like, the game is right there. Like a nuclear game right there. I couldn't touch. I would. Yeah. Oh no, my no-hit! Delta Rune. Good bit. Just gotta fucking do safe. And then miss it anyways, probably. It's a serious profession, yeah. QA is just a job, you know? I did that this morning, yeah. I did this morning or last night. They don't care enough to leak because it's just their job, yeah. And if I was a fan of something, I wouldn't want to leak that shit either. Also, you know, they'd be sued. Yeah. But I wouldn't want to do that either. Like, even as a fan, like, even, like, not even just because of the whole suing thing. I just wouldn't want to, like, ruin it for anybody. Like, yeah, it'd be hard to keep silent, like, about playing something like that early, but still, you know? Love that moment in Chapter 5 where Noelle eats Chris's forever weed brownie. The what? Very, yeah. Like, the chances of somebody already being a fan of the game, you know, that just happens, you know? But, like, they probably wouldn't pick somebody who would, like, actively post online. And, you know, there's probably, like, NDAs and shit involved as well. There's a Facebook and nothing else, yeah. Think anyone in the queue? Maybe. Who knows? Tons of stories about stuff got leaked because of translators. That doesn't. Yeah. And it helps that, you know, and it helps, you know, that, like, you know, Deltarune's a smaller indie game anyways. That kind of thing that's needed for translation, yeah. And sometimes, like, even if it isn't needed, you know. Because, like, you know, we know with because we have Undertale Legends of Localization, we know that, like, there were some things that Toby didn't fully reveal as well. Because, you know, Toby didn't ever clarify who was on the Have You Spoken to G, you know. But he did also have to, like reveal stuff like, oh, like, who's the older or younger brother between Papyrus and Sans? Because, you know, you need that kind of stuff with translations. Which one is the older one? Sans. What else? I mean, think of other things from the Legends of Localization book. Mentions his little brother and Deltarune. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that was added just so that that information would be available to the Western audience as well, and not something that's only in the Japanese localization of Undertale. Because I know, like, the book says it as well, but, like, Toby was very particular about making sure that, like, no extra information was added to, added to the Japanese localization. And, like, that stuff only happened, like, because it had to. Yeah, because Toby himself is very particular about everything. Yeah. Yeah. Toby was very involved with the process. Like, you know, he had, I don't remember the exact specifics from the book, but I think they mentioned, like, you know, he gave them, like, you know, a document with, like, every line in the game, and then, like, he, like, noted a bunch of lines that he was like, all right, like, I think you should translate it like this, or, like, this might be hard to translate, you know, stuff like that, you know? That's what I like about, that's what I like about, Toby. He was very involved with the process, and it makes it, like, a way more interesting localization as a result. Oops. How did it close both tabs? Good bit. Thank you, browser. Me, when I was just going to close a tab I accidentally left open, and it somehow closes my entire fucking browser. There we go. with that Undertale localization book. It's a really good read. Tab's going down. It's like everything with it. God, I really hope when Deltarune's all completed, we get, like, a Legend of the Localization book on it. Because I'm really interested about, like, the stuff that went down behind the scenes in terms of, like, how they did the Japanese localization. Like, obviously, I really want a fucking art book as well, but, you know. Art book and, like, a book about the localization would go, like... I would love that. Because, like, Deltarune was only briefly mentioned in the Legend of the Localization book. It's, like, briefly mentioned at the end. But wait, how do you know the dialogue of the game if you're an Undertale fan? Undertale fans can't read. Curious. Many such cases. Like, like being an active fan for 10 years, yeah. Nice. Is mentioned. Yeah, no, entry 17 is mentioned, and just as it was translated. They do mistakenly say that it can be accessed in-game, though, which isn't true. It is in the game, you just can't access it without cheating. And that's why, you know, you shouldn't take everything said in the book as gospel. The only things in the book you can take as canon is anything said directly by Toby himself, which is, like, very few things. Like, you know, the biggest thing is just, determination. Even translated the stupid fucking place. Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, like, sometimes, like, when you're localizing a game, you're just given all of the dialogue, and, like, you know, you just kind of have to, like, translate it, even if it, like, because you don't know what's used and what isn't sometimes. It's how, like, you know, you end up with, like, a lot of games having, like, unused content be voiced, because, you know, the voice actors are just given their entire scripts, and they don't know what's used and what isn't. So... they just voice all of it.
Round one.
Yeah, they also mistakenly, like, say it's like a fun event or something. Talk about the Derek Avery fight as translation team speculation. Yeah, that entire thing is speculatory, with Toby just saying, just keep it in English. I don't want to give away, like, too much info and, like, have, like, someone assume what it is. Because there was no way to, like, keep it in, like, have it be in Japanese and not, like, reveal who it is, essentially. I think also one of my favorite things from the from that book is just like, you know, like Toby was like very particular on like how like he wanted the Deltarune to be mentioned by Gerson. So the compromise they just ended up making was just having the word Deltarune in English and then have its Japanese translation next to it in parentheses. There's also the very unintentional translation of, instead of Mettaton calling Frisk darling, he calls them, kitten. Very unintentionally funny. I fucking gasped when I read that. I said gasp. God. But yeah, Legends of Localization is a really interesting read. I also love, I also just love another, like, unintentional funny thing was, I have not disconnected. Unless OBS disconnected and didn't fucking tell me. Finally fucking look at OBS. Alright, yeah, I'm just dropping frames. I think it's stabilizing. I don't fucking know, man. At this point, I'm just fucking dealing with it. Basically, you got a 4-turn because of that miss menu. Alright, stream is stabilized. According to my OBS. I might as well have gotten a 4-turn. Translating unfinished game of the mysteries. Who's speaking here? But you kind of need to know. Yeah. Which is why I really want, like, a book about that. Like, once Deltarune is all finished, then, you know, there's nothing to hide anymore, really. Like, I'd really love to know, like, how much Toby revealed. Especially because we know he didn't have the entire story written out when Chapter 1 was released. I know, like, Toby didn't have the entire story, like, written out for Deltarune when Chapter 1 released. Which is probably also a part of the reason why Chapter 1 is so standalone. I think, like, it was mentioned he didn't have the entire script for the game written out. I think he said it was fully written out in the status update that released alongside Chapter 2. I think I didn't take the things off. Oh, well. Kasai. I was too busy fucking grumbling about stream existing. What letter? From the Valentine's newsletter last year. One person got a letter that nobody else got that did exist. They didn't make it up. That letter was received by, as far as we know, only one person. It did exist on the site, so it wasn't something they made up as a hoax. It was later deleted, but we do have, like, archives of it. I didn't know about the part as far as we know, only one person got it. That's why I repeated it with that added. Yeah, with Cerise. The only one who got it. That we know of. Who knows? Maybe some like random Joe Schmo from like Nebraska also received it. Yeah. I do know that, like... I do know that, with that letter, It was later removed. So it could have been an accident that it was sent out. Or, you know, it could have just been, like, something else. I don't know. But it is the only character like that. Everybody else, all the other Valentine's letters were from, like, you know, already established known characters. Oh yeah, they did. I forgot about that. Which ones did I get? Which ones did I can't remember. I posted them in my server. What the all bosses? Hi, Delta. Can't remember who I got. It's in my server. I posted the ones I got in my server. And I know we have a pin from right around there because he's fucking Ralsei says polyamory rights or something. Alright, for sub 130. I'm close. I'm so close. My sob is a 129 flat. I could have just fucking mashed. But yeah, you got the 25, so... But yeah, I don't remember who I got. I know I posted mine. I wouldn't just not say who I got. There's 20... Yeah, there's a pin in general from when that newsletter released. Because there was a joke about the fucking Ralsei polyamory rights. Anyway, my favorite Valentine's letter, though, is the Jockington one, where it's just tennis ball. Got Jockington in 2 different rules ones. Yeah, that checks out. I know one of us got Jockington. Sans, Birdly, and Hathy. Phew, at least it was normal Hathy and not head Hathy. Wirewire, also known as Javelin. Yeah, thank you, Google AI or whatever. Looking forward to Valentine's Day next year. Yeah, tennis ball. But God, like the fucking like all caps letter, that was like such a fucking surreal thing. Cause like, you know, if I remember correctly, like the actual like letter itself was later removed, so like, you know, you couldn't view it from the email, but you know it was already archived. So the URL now leads to a blank letter frame with no text. Yeah, but we have archives of it, so we know it's real, which just makes it like even more mysterious. Like, was it an accident? Did Toby intend for only like 1 or 2 people to get it? Was Cerise specifically targeted? Did Gaster leave the oven on? But yeah, at least we have like at least we have images of all the letters. Cookies filter life forever. You know what? This is completely kind of unrelated, but I love the fucking bit in PS Outer Tail where Papyrus is actually a great chef. It's kind of a funny way to mess with that already existing Undertale stuff. Devil's Mouse. Also, he's God. Also, another bit from PS Undertale I really like, which is like constantly baiting you with a fucking Sans fight. And then it never happened. Akita, what was that situation? I'm curious now. But how can Deltarune Papyrus not be Undertale, not act like Undertale Papyrus when they're the same character? According to Hikida Sisyphus Prime was common. Amazing. People really just be making shit up. Source, no. My source is I made it the fuck up. Oh, as it said fucking anything. That's really funny. Nice Prodigy. Prodigy Waddle Dee? Kino confirmed epilogue. Why does this game discriminate against me specifically? You say as if you didn't win like the last 3 Birdly words. Akita confirmed Silk Song, guys. Yeah, true. True, he did. I'm not always winning, then I'm always losing. Hello, welcome in. Apparently that required confirmation. Yeah, it's not like the game says, it's not like the game, you know, directly says humanity is dead. You know, it's not like it says that, you know? Mankind is dead. Looks inside. Mankind is dead. How am I doing compared to my average? Yeah, I'll compare to my average. Why not? People keep insisting. No, but you don't get it though. Surely. Surely, layer 8. You're gonna have to fight the fucking Margarita cup. What have I... Talking about Ultra Kill. Hey, fun fact, did you know you don't actually need to walk back to the start of the room? Well, it's either you see Image Friend or Callgaster. Can't have both. Can't have both because the call takes too long. Toby confirmed Noelle is cis. Was this like a chapter 1 thing, or like did somebody literally like just was playing the game with their eyes closed? Another time How Come Noelle Has Answers was a huge clusterfuck. I don't remember when that was, but I know what you're talking about. Walked up to me and said that Noelle Holiday is transgender. Wait, that's true. That's true. I was there. I can confirm. Noelle is transgender because he's into creepypastas. I mean... Anyway, I'd just like to let you guys know, I am now thinking of the creepypasta song. The fuck-ass abomination that I love. Glad I remind me to say Ed, Ed, and Eddie, Purgatory Theory. Ed, Ed, and Eddie, Purgatory Theory. Ed, Ed, and Eddie, Purgatory Theory. Want to know what the creepypasta song is? It's terrible, and I love it. Hey, I'm Horror Set. And I'm the original creepypasta, Chucky Finster. Phineas and Ferb are dead! I'm pro Jared and I cheated on my wife. Toby doesn't want queer headcanons once. Huh? Are we playing the same game? I don't think there's a single straight character in this game. I think everybody here is, like, queer in some way. I don't know, maybe Jerry's straight. That would track. Head Hathy. The Head Hathy's ace, but also just extremely homophobic. I'm pretty sure you could walk up to Toby Fox and ask him, hey, is Noelle trans? And he would just say, sure, why not? Stop coming from all the top. Oh my god. Especially you would have a problem with queer headcanons. Yeah. I'm just Toby should just like one day just on Blue Sky just like he should just like post down and just say Noelle is trans and that's it. That's the post. And then we all reply with cinema. You know you just go, sure. I love that clip. It's so funny. You just go, sure. People would try to find a way to connect, like like say that he's lying. It's like some lore thing. I don't know. God, how can there be fucking homophobic Undertale and Deltarune fans? Like, God. Played the game with their goddamn eyes closed. I'm not a homophobic Undertale fan, but how can you be homophobic and play this game? Like what, was your exposure of this game only like fucking like watching the Sans fight and nothing else? Like, you're not even just like homophobic Deltarune fans. Like, in this game, Noelle and Susie, like, you know, like, no, yeah, Undertale was ridiculously progressive. Yeah. You know, and there's also, like, you know, I love how, like, you know, Undertale, like, also has, like, a very explicit, like, you know, like, trans story with Mettaton, and even then that was, like, and even then it wasn't explicit enough, so then Toby just went and made Mad Mew Mew in the Switch version, which is just, like, even more blatantly trans. It's like, oh, Mettaton wasn't blatant enough? Alright, here's Mew Mew. Yeah. Just having one named cisgender character. Representation! Chapter 5, trans skips. Chapter 7, trans skip. Well, we have lesbian skips, so... You know, the essential Deltarune speedrunning strat. Rudy Death cutscene skip, call that fatherless skip. I want them to go all in on that shit. I want it to be so blatantly obvious. I want Chris to look at the camera and say, my pronouns are they, them. I want that to happen. Third entity, yeah, mysterious third entity. Well-known third entity, Deltarune. No, but you don't get it. There's 3 save files, so that means Chris has 3 souls. Like, come on, guys. Like, it's the only possible way. Don't think about it for more than 3 seconds. Huge Persona fan, excited to play the game for the first time. The thing is, like, the 3 soul thing, like, the 3 soul thing, if we're still talking about that. If we're talking about that, the 3 soul thing, I didn't even see that until chapter 2. But if we're talking about, like, you know, Chris being their own person, yeah, I agree. Like, chapter 1, I can understand. Like, I get it, I was there. Like, I was there, but, like, you're practically playing the game, like, with your eyes closed now if you don't think so. Ever heard the 3? It's something that was brought up a lot early on. It's basically fully deconfirmed now because Toby fixed a bug that people used to support it. Let me finish rules and I'll explain the bug. There was a bug. It was fixed in one of the LTS versions, I think. There was a bug in most versions of the demo where if you had like no completion data for any chapter, like you hadn't played the game at all. If you went into chapter 2 and looked at the save menu, all 3 files would be labeled Chris. and then the moment you save, the other two files would then go back to being like new file or whatever they are by default. That was a bug. Because, you know, it was like the game getting confused with the whole, like, setting up, like, you saving over Chris's file. Like, that happens, though, like, only the first time you save ever. Yeah, and people thought that meant something, when it's just, like, the game getting confused with it, trying to display the Chris save file. This is useless for a second. I know also, like, the 3 soul, I think at some point it was brought up in the fucking device theory at some point. Fight. Oh, nice fucking graze to 60. Of course I do it in ACAP, the category where it doesn't fucking matter. Can't have shit on main route. Okay, I can red defend. The guys that I talked that was actually literally like a topic in the last stream, with the conclusion basically being, it's interesting if that was the case, but it definitely isn't the case now. Like, it's something interesting that I'd like to, like, it's something that, like, after the game releases, you'd ask, like, Toby Fox or whatever and say, like, hey, was Mystery Man always meant to be... Was Mystery Man always meant to be Gaster, or did you, like, change it because people latched onto it, you know? Something like that. That one was scolded, but my menuing was a bit slow at the end. Like, I really don't get why people, like, really are just like, oh, well, what if that's not Gaster and we were all just fooled the entire time? Wouldn't that be so funny? Hologram all along at the real Noah was actually trapped in the bunker, and the real Noah was a massive asshole. Exactly. I can honestly see Toby, like, just, like, not stop making games after Deltarune and just, like, you know, just being a composer. Like, I can see that. I don't think he will, but I can see that happening. I mean, honestly, he could just, like, after releasing Deltarune, he could just retire and only be, and just, like, become exclusively a composer. And, like, I wouldn't complain.
Round 1.
Fight!
I think that's just like placeholder stuff. I've always thought that the, like, the other chapter thing was just, like, placeholder sprites. Just so, like, they have them at the ready in case something happened. Oh, definitely not. It's probably 7, but Toby has never explicitly specified it. Yeah. He technically hasn't even mentioned the existence of Chapter 6 or 7. I say technically because I think they're still going to happen. Because they're no matter throughout all the updates, the chapter list has stayed at 7. So if he wasn't actually going to have 7 chapters, I think he would have changed it by now. But I could see, like, those graphics being there just, like, placeholder stuff or, like just, like, placeholder stuff for, like, testing purposes. Because, like, sometimes that's why stuff is there. Also the roaring. You may now clap. Can you just skip a day? Or he could come home early. He could come home early, guys, right? Right? Surely he just comes home early, right? I'm not gonna have to wait until the end of the game to see him, right? Right? Or perhaps Ezio is the friends we made along the way. The actual individual. I mean, like, it could, like I said, it's just, like, placeholder sprites. Those can exist. Like, you know, maybe they were using it for, like, testing stuff with the chapter numbers. And now they're kind of just there as, like, a, well, just in case. The bluebird, and you're like, true. How am I doing in my actual PB? +7. Neat. Don't forget, Chris, you have a friend inside me. Friend inside me. You really have been dealt a rune. Left pixel mouse, top of the cage. Amazing. Yeah, Cinema. My favorite pairing. I still think about the fucking Nintendo Direct edit. Hi, Crystal. Thank you for the good luck. It was actually a pretty solid run. Maybe if I had remembered to take off Devil's Tail and Iron Shackle from Susie and actually and then get 3-turn Birdly 2, this probably would have PB'd maybe. Honestly, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for Curdly to become canon. Curdly is. I love how it started out as like a joke ship, and then everybody actually unironically fell in love with it. And you know what? Same. I love the massive turnaround the entire fandom had on Birdly. Like, for basically, like, you know, all of Chapter 1, and then, like, the beginning, like, the first, like, month or two of Chapter 2, everybody fucking hated him. Now he's getting the respect he deserves. Yeah, just don't go back and watch my first playthrough of Chapter 2. I definitely did not, I definitely did not say mean things about Birdly in that video. Definitely did not. I definitely was not a Birdly hater back then. You were in a dark place, yeah. Yeah, I was in a dark place. Yeah, I was in college. A dark world, if you will. Say that again. Alright. That was a run. Honestly, that wasn't that bad. I played about on par for most of it. I still will never get over the fucking anniversary build of Chapter 1 where they changed Birdley's conversation in the library to be about making a fucking documentary about Chris cheating in a speedrun. Toby, release the anniversary build of Chapter 1. I need it. Like, just release it as, like, an unofficial build we can download for somewhere. I want to see it. Also release the... Oh, yeah, they never did release that. Ten of these nut... I'll take 10 of these. What the fuck? Yeah, that's right. Deltarune takes place in Ohio. Oh no, I knew that. I meant the music. I'm now certified. This wasn't a life support machine. This was just a bread box. Man, I can't wait to use more Scott the Woz songs for the Chapter 3 and 4 credits. Although I feel like, obviously, like, you know, I feel like there's gonna be at least a few weeks or, like, a month even where, like, I'm just not gonna have my music mods, you know. Especially, like, I'm not even gonna, like, look at, like, stuff for Chapter 3 and 4. Where's Mom but what is it? That would be really funny, but no way. There's no way. That shit's gonna be in the that's gonna be embedded in the data.win. 100%. And if it isn't, it's gonna be a banned music mod. It's gonna be banned. It's gonna be a banned music mod. Anyways, yeah, you can join my Discord. By the way, if you want to. And also, I need to remember to keep doing this. I keep forgetting to do this. And also, you know, one last thing for the road. Just gotta. Darn. Anyways, yeah. Thank you guys for stopping by. Had a fun time. Bye. Sorry for starting a little late today, but you know, it'd be like that. Bye.